Former President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III died at the age of 61. He was rushed to the Capital Medical Center in Quezon City early morning Thursday, June 24. In a statement read by Pinky Aquino Abellada, the family reveals that the former president died of renal disease secondary to diabetes. Aside from his heart operation recently, Aquino was undergoing dialysis in preparation for a kidney transplant.
No words can express how broken our hearts are and how long it will take for us to accept the reality that he is gone. Mission accomplished, Kanoy. Be happy now with Dad and Mom.
Known to the public as Pinoy, Aquino was the only son of democracy icons former Senator Benigno Noynoy Aquino Jr. and former President Corazon Aquino. He began his political career as congressman in 1998 and later on served as senator from 2007 to 2010. After the death of his mother Cory in 2009, Aquino was thrown into the presidential race in 2010 where he won a landslide vote. He served as the 15th president of the Philippines from 2010 to 2016. During his term as president, Aquino used the tagline Daang Matuwid as his battle cry to fight corruption and poverty.
The Filipino is worth dying for. The Filipino is worth living for. At idagdag ko naman po, the Filipino is definitely worth fighting for.
One of Aquino's lasting legacies include bringing China to court, where the Philippines won an arbitration case against the Asian giant over the West Philippine Sea. When he was president, the Philippines was called Asia's rising tiger as experts saw the economy grew. But his administration also had its share of controversies. A year before he stepped down as chief executive, Aquino's trust and approval ratings dropped after the Mamasapano clash incident killed 44 members of the police's Special Action Force. In 2013, Super Typhoon Yolanda ravaged the Philippines, killing thousands of people and leaving many others homeless. Critics hit his administration's crisis management in the disaster's aftermath. Following the announcement of Aquino's death, Malacanang extends its condolences to the former president's family.
We commiserate po and condole with the family and loved ones of former President Benigno Noynoy Aquino III as we extend our condolences on his untimely demise. We're grateful for the former president for his contribution and services to the country, and we ask our people to offer a prayer for the eternal repose of the former chief executive. Rest in peace, Mr. President.
In a tweet, Vice President Leni Robredo says she is heartbroken and pays tribute to Aquino's legacy as a chief executive.
Patas ang tingin ni Pinoy sa lahat sa ilalim ng batas. Tapat at may paninindigan siya sa tama at makatarungan. He was courageous in facing down the systemic ills of society. Hanggang sa dulo, naniwala si Pinoy sa kabutihan ng Pilipino. And this faith inspired governance that pursued institutional reforms that uplifted many lives. Kaisa ako ng buong bansang Pilipinas sa pagluluksa sa pagpanaw ni Pinoy.
Filipinos online also extend condolences and sympathy to the Aquino family. The government on Thursday, June 24, adds 10 cities in the list of geographic areas that will be prioritized for the COVID-19 vaccination program. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque names the following cities that will be prioritized in the vaccination program: Bacolod City, Iloilo City, Cagayan de Oro City, Baguio City, Zamboanga City, Dumaguete City, Tuguegarao City, General Santos City, Naga City, Legazpi City. The increasing number of COVID-19 cases in these areas and their contribution to the regional and national economy are some of the factors that were considered. But Roque doesn't specify how many vaccines each city will be getting. Iloilo City Mayor Jerry Treñas and House Deputy Speaker Rufus Rodriguez earlier called on the Duterte administration to send more vaccines to areas outside Metro Manila experiencing a surge in COVID-19 transmissions. The Philippine National Police formally dismisses Police Master Sergeant Hensi Zinampan, the police officer who killed a 52-year-old woman in Quezon City. In a statement issued Thursday, June 24, PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar announces he already signed the dismissal order of Zinampan. Zinampan is found guilty of grave misconduct and conduct unbecoming of a police officer. The PNP Internal Affairs Service previously recommended Zinampan's dismissal to Eleazar. Zinampan, who was drunk at the time, shot dead Lilibeth Valdez outside a store in Fairview.
Let this incident be a warning to all PNP personnel that I will not tolerate wrongdoings in our organization and a constant reminder for each and every one of us to live up to what the three important and meaningful words in the PNP seal: service, honor, and justice.
Hong Kong residents rushed in the early hours of Thursday, June 24, to snap up copies of the final edition of pro-democracy newspaper Apple Daily. The 26-year-old newspaper was forced to close after becoming the target of a national security crackdown. Apple Daily continued to face pressure since its owner and staunch Beijing critic, Jimmy Lai, was arrested under the national security law in August 2020. Apple Daily printed 1 million copies on Thursday, more than 10 times its usual print run. The shutdown deals the most serious blow yet to Hong Kong's press freedom. It could potentially destroy its reputation as an open and free media hub after Beijing imposed the security law last year. Last week, 500 officers raided the newspaper's headquarters, with live feeds showing authorities sifting through reporters' notes, which drew international condemnation. Authorities also froze the assets of companies related to Apple Daily, which senior executives said left it unable to operate. An emotional Britney Spears calls the 13-year-long conservatorship that controls her life stupid and abusive. In a court statement Wednesday, June 23, Spears says she felt traumatized and angry and wanted her life back. Spears says, "I'm not here to be anyone's slave." Spears delivered her remarks by phone. Her first public statements about the court-approved arrangement first put in place in 2008 when she suffered a mental health breakdown. Spears says she was forced into a mental health facility that cost her $60,000 a month after canceling her planned Las Vegas shows in early 2019. Los Angeles Superior Court Judge Brenda Penny says she would need the petition submitted to the court asking for the conservatorship to be terminated before she could take any action. Penny praises Spears for speaking out, saying it took a lot of courage. Spears also says she wants to get married again and have a baby, but she is not allowed to go to the doctor to have a contraceptive device removed because they don't want me to have any more children. In 2020, Spears began the legal process to remove her father, Jamie, from handling her personal affairs. Jamie Spears is also joint conservator of the singer's finances. The unusually long conservatorship has come under increasing scrutiny in recent years, thanks to the fan-based #FreeBritney movement, a 2021 documentary, and a series of leaked court documents.